Tonight, I am going to be painting, or undercoating, and working on these. Can you see them? I've had to move the camera, and I'm going to end up like off the top of the screen. So tonight, I'm going to be working on these. A pair of Manticores that I've received today, and I'm quite excited about. So these are pretty cool. Identical Manticores with different riders, and yeah, going to be working on these suckers. So pretty awesome. But they need undercoating. So what I'm going to do, I've decided as I've started undercoating this one, that what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint underneath black, and then I think I'm going to stick them to the base. But once I've got the underside black, then I will paint the bits that I can see from the sides, but so I don't have to keep handling the Mini itself, hopefully. We'll paint it on its base rather than attach it afterwards. I was thinking about sticking them on some big rocks or something, but I think we're just going to go with base, because they're already big models. Do they really need anything bigger? So how is everybody doing? Hope you're all well. Hope you all had a great day. Actually, I might revise that plan. I might stick their back legs to something that I can hold to paint them. What I might do is stick their back legs to a round base, and then I can put it in a painting handle. That's not a bad idea. And then I could just slice it off when I'm ready to put it on a bigger base. That'd be sensible, wouldn't it? Why didn't I think of that before? Let's get that bit in there taken care of. Hi Methusis, hi John, hi Wicked D. Apologies if you're there and I haven't read your name out, but hi everyone. If that question is directed at me, Methusis, I am fine, thank you, very well. Yep, had a lovely Monday putting things in boxes. Hi! Hi Redscope! Hi Bad Squiddo! How are you doing? Oh, can you actually see what I'm doing? What I should do is do the underneath of the other one, because I'm going to be able to do all of this bit after everything else. And the underneath bit's the most important bit. Let's do the back of its beardy chin face stuff. Hold on to a wing while we do beardy chin face. Oh, what's that? Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much for following. That's extremely kind of you. Thank you, thank you. How are you? Is everything well in the land of Bad Squiddo? I'm not going to pretend to know how Mrs MLG knows that you are watching on your phone. Because I'm rubbish and don't do the social medias very often. I have no idea. I'm sorry. I only seem to have one lying on the sofa pose, and that is falling asleep, as Mrs MLG can attest to from last night. I leant on her for a snuggle and drifted off. Just periodically woke up to see what Dan Aykroyd was saying on the rubbish TV programme that we were watching. Ah, I know. But you won't get to see my beautiful wig. I'll find one in a second. Let me just finish dabbing paint into beard, and then I'm sure the Manticore's mane is officially called a beard, isn't it? Oh no, because the Manticore's not like, it's the Lamassu, isn't it? That the Chaos Dwarves used to be on, that was like a man face or a dwarf face. They had beards. Majestic. Right, find a wig for Annie. Oh yeah.
Hello Mighty 359, last spin Mighty 359, lol Mighty 359, grin Mighty 359, high cat Mighty 359, Nathan Brush Mighty 359, MR Shello Mighty 359, Gizmo Goat emoji.
There you go, there's a wig. Extreme close-up of wig. Compared to normal hair. My hair is getting a little bit long. Needs a trim. Must be approaching 3 or 4 millimeters. Tony, you've subscribed for 3 years. 3 whole years, as if we've been streaming for that long. That's insane. 3 years. Wowzers. 3 years that you guys have been putting up with me babbling and painting rubbishly on stream. That's very, 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 very kind of you all, because to just keep coming and watching me blob paint around. Would help if I'd painted on camera, wouldn't it, I suppose? Even though it's only primer. Reaper brush on primer covers everything. So these are resin printed minis that a customer has hooked me up with. Get that in there. Come on, baby. Right then. So, while I'm going to move on to another one in a second. Give this one a chance to dry so I don't just have to hold on to wing for doing stuff. What colour do you think I should paint my Manticores for my Dark Elf army? So this one is a sorceress or a hag. She's got 2 swords. She looks double-hard. I think she's really supposed to be a witch elf type on a Manticore, but I would be running her as a sorceress. And then the other one is a normal elf lord, dreadlord. So, what colour do you think I should paint my Manticores? The rest of the army, dark purple with red highlighted scales. I like the sound of that. And would fit in with the rest of the army because they're the clothing on the elves is purple. For the ones that I've painted so far, purple with metallic-y blue and dark metal coloured armour. So purple with red scales would look particularly cool. I could do the ladies one purple with red scales, and then we could do the misters one maybe black with purple scales. What do you reckon? I'm helping! Well, you do know what you're talking about when it comes to monsters and dragons and stuff, Coronica. I think should take every bit of advice from you that I can. Maybe not going to go with 7 highlights per scale. You know, we might do a slightly quicker paint job than that, but yeah, something along those kind of lines. I don't know what this. They don't appear to be the same kind of resins that I have used myself. It's very good quality, a lot better. Obviously, not just the cheapest stuff. Nine highlights per scale. Oh no, definitely haven't got time for that. I only get a couple of hours a week actual painting time, and that's on stream. So yeah, nine highlights per scale is not going to happen for these guys. Right, so let's put her to one side. She's missed a bit there. Oh, and there. Oh, gee whiz. That's why it took you 7 years for Mal. Maldrakar is an absolute beastie. Well, I only did mine last year. Only started painting it properly last year, and I might still go back and do something else to it. But yeah, he's a chonky beast, or she is, whether you want. Whichever way you would like to identify your Maldrakar. Maybe calling it them a beast is not the correct. It's a majestic dragon. A majestic dragon. Oh, got some dandelion and burdock as my drink of choice this evening. Let's get some stuff worked on it. And I also have something else that I need to undercoat tonight. I've got an elf to paint for Blood Bowl. So in our recent Blood Bowl Sevens draft for the latest league season at MLG, I've decided to draft my Skaven team that I played last season. Nothing to do with the fact that I didn't want to have to paint another team, and more to do with the fact that I thought that I didn't really live up to the potential of the team last season, and I thought that I could do better. So I thought we'd have another go with the same team. So we've got a new drafty player. Last season we had a beastman. This season I've got an elf. Wandering drafty player, however you want to describe it. Everybody's got a different player from the draft list from the league. Our league commissioner has organised excuse me. Our league commissioner has organised a whole load of draft players, and the one that I have selected sounded like an elf. Weller Wild Breeze. So my good friend Al has sorted me out with an elf, and we're going to get that quickly undercoated. There's a bit of bit of flash or something's just come off there. Is this just an understream, Mrs MLG? Well, depends how quickly I can get them done before we start getting some actual paint on. Bye! What time are we? Oh, not been going on that long, have we? It's got plenty of time to get these sorted. I thought it was going to be more of an assembly stream, but I managed to get that done quite quickly before the stream started. So they only came in about 5 pieces, which was very good, very handy. So, unfortunately, we can't sell these. I don't know if... I presume there must be a merchant license available for them, but I purchased the files from the internet file depository places and passed them on to the person who has printed them out for me. They are sculpted by Avatars of War, who make some really nice figures. They used to make a lot of figures in resin and plastic. Unfortunately, don't seem to produce physical minis anymore, just seem to focus on the 3D printy stuff. But back in the day, we did stock some of the actual physical minis when they were still available through distributors. Oh no! Yeah, I'm not keen on the Blood Bowl gnomes. I've not scrutinised the press release and what have you, but I've seen a couple of pictures, and I just think it's I don't like them. Just don't like the idea of them. But apparently they're going to be pretty good team to play, and they can have. Can they have tree men, I think I read somewhere. But they just look like garden gnomes, and there's a badger and a goose and something else. Yeah, I'm not enamoured by gnomes for Blood Bowl. I would like to see High Elves, Chaos Dwarves, and Tomb Kings get a plastic kit release. I think that would be cool. Some of the teams of legend that haven't had their releases yet. Seems odd that they've done gnomes that, as far as I'm aware, haven't existed in model form for Blood Bowl before. I think that we should have the ones that we actually know about, rather than just a little excerpt or a side note in a rule book or whatever, which is what we've got with the gnomes. Hi Sparky, how you doing? Yeah, there you go. You can see your handiwork. I was just going to say that Mrs MLG and I are so in tune. Always painting in the wrong place. I think they're absolutely cracking. Thank you, Sparky. Really good. Very impressed. Is that wing loose? No. Decided to. Oh yes, no, I'm very happy. Not a chore to put together or anything. Very pleased with them. Thank you very much. Can't wait to get them on the table. Really, I have to get myself a game of Warhammer arranged so I can have a go with them, or one of them at least. Yeah, I don't know what resin have you used. Well, don't expect you to give away all your trade secrets. What resin have you used? Because I'm very impressed with the quality. Oh, fancy dancy, frozen. I'll just use whatever's cheapest on a well-known marketing internet shopping website that I moan about quite a lot. Which is probably why I don't get the best quality results myself, really. Using the cheapest stuff ain't always the best, is it? But yeah, absolutely awesome. Can't find a single print line. Very happy. Yeah. There's so many like detailed textures on the thing. it's quite hard to get into all the nooks and crannies, even with my scabby old undercoaty brush. Just jabbing at it. I didn't look hard enough, no. Well, maybe not. But suffice to say, I'm very, very happy, and thank you very much. Yeah, they're great. I would have so keen to get on with doing something with them. That is why I'm brush undercoating them. Otherwise, because normally I would have just sprayed them, put them together, and then spray undercoated them. But no time before the stream to get that done. So do apologise for the boring undercoating stream. Oh yes, yeah. We haven't got it set up in the anywhere in the house. It's currently in a storage outside in the garage. Need to really have somewhere fancy for it to be set up, but we haven't got space for it at our painting area. It would be really good if we did, but need a little booth or something. No good for streaming. Trying to airbrush and stream, that's yeah, no good. Right, how are we doing? Good. I think I've got all the main bit done. Let's get a bit whacked in that crevasse of that wing, and then we can we'll put it to one side so we can hold its body when it's dry. Get that elf done, undercoated, and then we can maybe get on to slapping a bit of paint on. Yeah, well, I do have a 3D printer which I haven't used for quite a while, and it is on the kitchen worktop with the wash station thing next to it. But currently, it's a depository. I tend to leave post on top of it until I move it from there to the next space. When I killed or when the previous printer died, the screen failed, and we tried messing about with it, but I just couldn't get it to work. So when the previous printer died, and I said to Mrs MLG, "Shall we get another one?" What we should have done is not bothered. So I could just get things printed by other people. But Never mind. One day I'll do something with it. So this lady elf from my buddy Al is going to be Weller Wild Breeze, my drafty player. So it sounded like an elf to me. It's got the catch and dodge skills. So okay, she's a lineman or line lady. So she gets to be added to my roster for free. Well, I still have to pay or count her points, her fee, hiring fee against my team value, but she doesn't cost anything to add to my roster, which is pretty cool. So there's special rules for redrafting your team in Blood Bowl for a season. So following those, I've managed to rehire all of my original lineup, including their additional skills, because you get, if you're redrafting a team, you get a little bit of extra cash to spend to reflect your previous performance. So we've won a couple of games, we've played a few games, so that all adds up to give you more to spend on your team. So, and then this season we've got this lady joining us. Was hoping to rehire the Beastman player that we had last season, but unfortunately another team picked him. You can make a special MLG miniature and sell limited run. We've already got one. We've got Solance. Yeah. Your approach to buying 3D printers is almost the same as Kathy's approach to another bulldog. Yeah, should we get one? Yeah, let's get one. Was how it went. And then I dived straight in and went onto the internet and went, oh, look, if you buy a printer, you get a good discount on buying like the wash cure station thing. That'll be good, because then we won't have to have stuff all over the windowsill on bits of tin foil. That'll be cool. But then it's a printer and a wash station, 10 litres of isopropyl alcohol. Look, we're nearly there. We're nearly there. Let's get these wings done, and then we can get some actual paint on, get some purple on. Are we going to the Game Expo? No, we haven't planned for going to the Game Expo. I don't think we will make it. Might make it, although I haven't actually discussed this with Mr MLG yet, so she'll be sat in the other room going, are we? But last year, and this year is going to be the same, one of our distributors does a retailer day on the day before the Game Expo. So might go to that and see if we can maybe have a little look around the expo. Are you going to be there? Are you trading? Are you exhibiting at the Games Expo? Yeah, I've officially retired as a show trader. Decided that my spare time was more valuable to me, I think. You go in, excellent. What I have heard from people who have been and traded there before is that it is pretty mental, because you've really got to be there for, or be set up to be there for like the 3 days, I think. That it can be pretty insane, and yeah, be prepared to run out of stuff, I guess, because there's so many folks that if your stuff is popular, yeah, if you've got stuff that people like, then you might run out. Have you got plenty of stock to take with you, and be prepared to take orders for things? Have you got painted or like examples of stuff that you can show people and take some orders from people and all that kind of jazz? Don't let me tell you how to do things. I have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah, I know that another trader that used to go to a few of the same shows that we did, they'd sold so much stuff on their first day that they'd had to, one of them had to drive back to their shop on the first night to go and basically empty the shop to get all their stock to take it back, because they didn't think that they would sell that much gear. That looks mint. Reaper's brush on primer is awesome, and just dries super matte, so then you can see all the detail. It's perfect. Like a bit like the Colourforge matte black spray, really, but in brush form. All the shows I've been to, over the past sort of year or something, people have been going mad for some of the 3D printed figures, different stuff. I think because the subject matter is different to what you can get from some of the established traders at shows. So there'll always be folks selling Napoleonics and all that kind of thing. But if you want fantasy minis and you want skeletons and zombies and all sorts of other stuff, where you want like 10 or 20 zombies for a reasonable amount of money, I think that's where some of the folks selling 3D printed stuff are really doing well. That and monsters that aren't an arm and a leg. A bit like Coroniko said earlier on, it's you've got to pay 100 quid for a dragon, and then your cat might decide to attack it. That's no good. Yes, absolutely, absolutely, definitely, Koronika. It sticks to everything. I've never found a product as good for sticking to anything. Yeah, GW's resin. I've had some stuff from shall we say foreign places that are potentially on the other side of the world and obviously don't have very good standards for their resin quality and make reproduction products of well-known items, but yeah, it sticks to everything, and it's just fantastic, great stuff. Doesn't like being watered down. Reasonable. We have to charge reasonably. No, I think I need to have a look at your website now. I know if Mrs MLG's been having a look, she'll have to show me after the stream some of your things. But yeah, I think I'm sure you'll do. I'm sure you'll do very well. Don't know what the actual attendance is expected to be at the Game Expo. Somebody told me that they had 12,000 people one year. I don't know if that was pre-COVID or not. But shows definitely seem to be returning to pre-COVID levels in terms of attendance. And obviously the Game Expo is growing in popularity since lockdown. A lot of the board game side of the hobby has definitely increased. People were stuck at home and they started playing more board games. The market has widened slightly. And role-playing stuff taken off in a big way over the last few years, so I can only imagine it going from strength to strength. There's always going to be some folks that are trying to undercut you. If there's other traders there that are maybe selling the same licenses or whatever that you might have, just need to keep an eye on some of them, because they'll come round and have a sneaky look and see what you're selling stuff for, and then undercut you. as one 40 to 50,000. Wow, that's a lot more than I was expected. Yeah, maybe, unless it was 12,000 a day. I think that could be right. Wowzers! Wicked D's redeemed a hydrate. I did have a little drink, but I'm going to have another one. So this is the remains of my D&B. Yeah, we went to a show at Sheffield, I think it was. Is it Eccles Hall School? A couple of years ago. And we were selling a particular company's miniatures on our stall. Or kits on our stall. And chap came round in the morning. I was chatting to him. We were chatting about some of the new releases that they had coming up. And I'd been through to this other hall to have a look around and chat to him. So I'd been chatting to him, and then when he came through to look at ours, and I'd gone back through in the other room, he'd put some posters up saying everything's 20% off today. And I said, what's going on here? You didn't have them up earlier on. And he said, oh, well, I saw that you weren't discounting our stuff and people were buying it off you, so I thought we'd sell it a bit cheaper. Like, you cheeky smeg. You want us to be buying your gear and you're discounting it when we're not, and you're the company that make it. That's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Made me very grumpy. Made me very grumpy. I think I might even have rung Mrs MLG and told her how grumpy I was about it at the time. Just found a random space marine. What's he doing there? Whew. Right then. Purple. Let's find some purple. Get some purple whacked on something. Right. Lich purple's a bit light. Yeah. What else have we got? What's a really dark purple? Really dark purple with red scales, Kuroniko said. Really dark purple. Malefic purple's not really a dark purple. And is very close to the colour that the clothes are. What about Wolfsbane purple? I don't know what colour this is going to come out like. We'll have a look. I've got some black indigo. Some black indigo. I mean, we could mix black indigo with Wolfsbane purple. Let's see what colour this is once we've given it a good shake up. Well, that does look light, actually, doesn't it? Oh yeah, it's quite a vivid purple. I'm just going to put a mixing ball in it. Because it's not shaky in particularly well. Right then, so what we do? Well, that one's already got one in, so that's scabby bit of blue roll out of the way. It's a dog hair in my paint. Great. Is it limited Wolfbane from a couple of years ago? I think it might be. It's a 2.9 code, so I think so. Yeah, I seem to remember it being very thin. Let's give it a whirl. That's why I put a mixing bowl in it, really, just to make sure it gets a good... Oh, oh dear. It slipped out of my hand and flew across the room. Fortunately, the fortunately the mini that it hits a WizKids dragon that's very flexible. So oh well. So let's have a look and see how. There. That. I mean, it doesn't look overly thin. Let's get a brush and see what that's like. What's that? No, it is thin. It is thin. Right, let's get some. Yeah, fortunately the lid was on. Yeah, I hope it hit the dragon and not the telly. Right, I'm gonna chuck some black indigo into Wolfsbane purple and see what we come up with. Oh dear. Yep, that's black indigo. No, it's definitely a bit lighter. It's definitely a bit lighter. It's got yeah, it's cool. It's about the same. about the same colour as my my hair currently. Really, let's get some of that on there. Oh, I think that looks nice. I'll try and paint it on under the camera, shall I? That might be helpful instead of off the top of the screen. So if I need to mix this colour up again, it's one big splodge of Wolfsbane purple and a slightly smaller splodge of black indigo. I know some people like to track how many drops and all that sort of jazz. Yeah, it's a splodge. It's a splodge with a splodge. We'll try and match it up again later. Yeah. The closest I've got to any kind of painting guide for my minis is I wrote down when I painted my Gene Steel. In fact, it should be somewhere nearby. But when I painted Gene Steel Occult for Necromunda, I wrote down which contrast paints I used for which parts of the model, so I could replicate it if I wanted to paint any more. And that's as far as I got. I am rubbish. I should get myself a little notebook and keep it in the drawer, but everything just gets written on scraps of paper, and then I have to remember not to throw those scraps of paper away when I'm doing anything else. Very precise measurements. Splodge and a smaller splodge. I think that's as precise as it needs to be, isn't it? Look, it's not even 9 o'clock yet, and I'm putting some paint on rather than just primer. I think we're doing pretty well. There's a notebook in the drawer already, says Mrs MLG. Okay. Yeah. I am rubbish. A bit like Sparky said. Try and remember it and think like, oh, yeah, I'll do that, and then I forget to actually write it down. A splodge and a splodge. I can remember a splodge and a splodge. What I did like about these, in terms of assembly, so where the wings mount on along this line here, so you can't tell because the joint is so tight, which is very good. There was a tiny bit that I needed to cut down at this side, and that's nothing to do with the way that they've been printed. It's the original mold, I think, the original design. It's like they've put a locating lug in the wrong place when they've been putting the model together, but it was fine. It easily was remedied with the knife. But then, because it's got this band around, which is supposed to be like a strap that holds the harness on the Manticore, that really well covers the join where the two parts of the body go together. Is really good. So the sculpts are lovely. Didn't expect when I saw the files, didn't expect that the rider would be integral to the beast. That was a big surprise to me when the first time I looked at the files for it. I thought that it would be the monster, and then the rider would be sat on top of it, like we are so used to with character mounts. Yeah, just at one side of the hind leggy bit. So there was a scale, and then it had another bit that looked like a scale, but it didn't really join in. It's about here, actually, about there, and I had to just kind of carve a little bit down on that scale to get it to sit in, so otherwise it wouldn't join together. But it had a nice big, so one part of the body has a hole and the other part has a spigot, should we refer to it as, like a bit of moulded rod coming off it to make it easy to locate. Nice and solid connection. Just a nice mini. Not overly huge, the models either. So I think the temptation with a lot of GW models recently is to make them as big as possible and whack them on as big a base as possible to make them a nice impressive centerpiece. And then when they've put the rules out for the old world, things have got to fit on bases that are a lot smaller. So this would go on a 60mm by 100mm base, which is pretty much what it comes with. I think it's just slightly under that. That's that size. So it goes on there. But if you've seen the new Cities of Sigmar Manticore that they've done, it is absolutely monstrous. Goes on a base about the same size as this paint palette. Huge. Hiya. Mrs MLG and Gizmo joined us. The bases came out odd. I don't think they're too bad. They're just a base at the end of the day. Gonna texture them up and stuff. I think it's a bit strange the way that they've done it underneath. I like the fact that they've put holes in ready for you to magnetise it underneath. That seemed sensible. I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting bases, so that was a nice surprise, thank you very much. You said hello, darling.
Hello, darling.
What have you got to tell us what you've been watching?
Monkey
And how was that?
Yep. How long you painting for?
I'll just get this covered in the right colour.
I thought you painted it black.
No, I'm painting it with really dark purple mix. Yeah, what you got to tell us? I've been talking loads. Tony's subscribed for 3 years.
I know, it's ridiculous. Yeah, loads of people come to see you see. I told you everyone loves you. Have you told everybody about Hammerhead?
No, I haven't talked about that at all, to be fair.
Crafty.
No, I haven't talked about Hammerhead at all. We'll have to do Hammerhead tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
And show off our acquisitions.
What's Crafty missed? Crafty has missed you painting black for an hour.
Pretty much.
And you didn't have face cam, so there was no point in you eating any sweeties.
No.
Wiki D got Mr MLG some sour sweeties, which Wiki D made her eyes water, but you just ate it and went, yeah, alright. Yeah.
They're alright then.
They're alright, yeah, they'll do. They're here, look. These ones. Sour sweeties. Look, we can zoom in. What are you doing? Painting.
Yeah. Painting a Manticore purple.
See you later, Wicked Day.
Bye!
It's the end of the stream anyway, he's just getting carried away with his little self.
Well, I'm trying to make it all purple while I've got the purple paint.
It just looks black.
It's because it's a very heavy black indigo mix. And black indigo is really, really dark.
It's even darker than your hair.
There we go. Nearly there. Do you think what colour do you think I should do the wings?
I thought you were doing purple and black. Purple and red.
Yeah, do you think I should do the wings purple? Do the wings purple. It's a bit thick. Spread that out. Let's spread that out.
Right then.
Yeah, right.
Are you staying in here? Is this what you're doing?
What are you doing?
I don't know, I'm asking you.
Well, I'll just Tinky Winky of Manticores because it's purple.
Yeah, you should do all different colours. Like yellow for... Is yellow Dipsy or is yellow Lala?
I have absolutely no idea when it comes to
Poe was red.
Teletubbies. Oh yes, Poe was red. Yeah. I don't know about any of the others.
Dipsy and Lala.
Because wasn't Poe the smallest?
I don't know. One have a hat on.
Is it?
Yeah. Not all the time, obviously.
How did that work with its
cow
TV aerial?
Well, I don't think they actually received a signal through their TV. I don't think it was real.
Right. So, well, I think we'll call it a night, and then I'll show everybody my
You're doing really well at not saying so, but now I mean you saying it.
fruits of. I've definitely said it a few times. Yeah. Show everyone the fruit of my labour tomorrow night. For 2 Paint Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much, everybody, for coming and joining us. We shall wrap up now, and hopefully you might be able to join us at 6:30 tomorrow for 2 Paint Tuesday, where Mrs MLG will be painting something, something, and I will be painting these and that elf that I undercoated because I need to get that done before I can use it in the league.
And when's your league?
starts officially on Sunday.
Okie dokie. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you. Thank
Take
you.
care and have a nice evening.
Bye.